live. What's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? We got kind of a full house, kind of an empty house that is now a full house. So Robo couldn't make it because he has a life, and Ree can't make it either. So it's just me. But we have our one of our favorite substitute co-hosts, Danny here. Say hi,
I like
Danny.
the first one. I like the first one. The first way you said it.
Well, I was gonna say that, but then I was like, well, wait, we have like 3 or 4 substitute co-hosts, and I don't want them to cry themselves to sleep tonight. And we have special guests today. 2 of them. We have Dan Price. That's bottom left, and then we have Casey Allen right over here.
How's it going, man?
Thanks for having us on,
Danny
guys.
with the assist down under me. Thanks, bud.
We are very happy to have you. We're very excited. We'll start with the guests this time because I always like try to bogart it. What do you guys you can start with say Casey. What are you guys reading, watching, playing? What are you doing with your free time?
Okay, so my wife and I just binged the shit out of Squid Game like everybody else.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, it was really good. Like, so we have 2 kids. I have an 11-year-old and a 6-year-old. Our time to watch TV is drastically undercut by these 2 little monsters that we have. I love them. They're awesome, but they take over the TV, and that's fine. So if we're lucky, we get to watch a Netflix, not Netflix.
Okay.
And but we had a kid-free weekend last weekend, and we binged the crap out of Squid Game and really, really liked it. Additionally, last night I watched, it was like 20 minutes of an episode of Oats, which is a new sci-fi experimental miniseries from the guy that did District 9, the South African director. Yeah. I can't think of his name. And it was really, really well done. It had Sigourney Weaver in it. And I think it's basically an excuse for him and his team to just kind of dick around with new CGI stuff and prosthetics. But
Neil Blomkamp.
Neil Blom. Yeah. Really well done, and the story was actually really well put together. So I would definitely recommend Oats. Okay. I worry that the title would throw people off. I'm like, why the fuck am I going to watch Oats?
Yeah, but it immediately sounds unappealing. If I'm being honest, just by the name.
And also reading. I am still going through my quest to read all of the Hernandez brothers. So cool. I've been reading Love and Rockets, catching up on that stuff, and I read Lumberjanes to my 6-year-old.
Nice.
I got her one of those graphic novels, and we've been reading that, and finished Bunnicula last night. So you guys can suck it. Bunnicula is awesome.
That's old school. Damn, that was one of my first chapter books.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's a good bedtime book. So I'm gonna dad it up. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna.
What did you think about the air out of it? How'd you feel about the end of Squid Game? Like the last 30 seconds when
I was like, you motherfucker.
Same, dude.
You had it made. Do not get on that plane. It was very upsetting. But also, my wife, I love her so much. Her brain doesn't shut off, and she can see a story to its end and know this is where they're going to go, obviously. And I'm like, I was enjoying the journey. She's like, his brother is the guy. And then I bet it's that old motherfucker.
What? She guessed that? Holy shit.
Dude, she is fucking prescient when it comes to stuff like that. She is all over that shit. She's
that is impressive.
This is too, it's too convenient. So it can be really fun to watch movies with her, and also it can be really, really. I'm like, just let me go on a journey. I'm dumb. Just let this shit happen.
Has she ever gotten it wrong? Has she ever been surprised, or is she
yeah? But more often than not, she's right. She's she's really. She teaches kindergarten, during the day. She has like 8 degrees. She's fucking like really like way smarter than like a kindergarten teacher should be. But and dude, also if you have kids or know people who are teachers, buy them a beer. Oh my god, especially now.
Buy the kids a beer?
Yes, buy the kids a
That's
beer
what
so
I thought
they
you
can pass
said,
out
man.
during class.
Yeah.
No, but buy your teachers a beer or something. Like
okay.
Yeah. They've been going through a lot especially over COVID. But
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah.
Dan.
What am I watching? All right. I don't watch a lot of TV these days, guys. I've been drawing a comic book for several months. So,
excuse me.
I know, right? But I do watch a couple of things. Kevin Can Go Fuck Himself. Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't. It sounds great. It sounds way better than Oates, I'll be honest.
I just got access to that. Because we got AMC Plus to watch all these horror movies.
Yeah.
And that's on there. So it's next on my list.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's
Cool.
Did y'all watch what was it called? Schitt's Creek?
yeah, I love
That's
Schitt's
from
Creek.
it.
Okay,
It was
so
great.
the daughter, David, that girl, she is the lead in this. Okay, and she is. I didn't really care too much about her. She was good in the show, but I mean, that's the only thing I'd seen her in. 180 of a character. Okay, she plays this wife who is married to this absolute Peter Griffin buffoon. Okay, and when they're together, and it's a 3-camera comedy.
Yeah.
And when
nice.
she's alone, it's a harrowing drama, and so they kind of split between. Yeah,
He does. It's fucking rad.
I love that thing. So it's just the way it's written is brilliant. The other thing is the premise. Have y'all seen that yet? It's
the
BJ
Hulu,
Novak's show.
That's the Hulu show.
Yeah, it's BJ Novak's show. I don't remember what channel it's on. It's an anthology show, so every episode is different. And may I say, you got to watch the last one. If you don't watch any of them, just watch the last one. It's some of the best writing I've seen in the last few months on television, for sure.
What's
what I
it
mean?
called
It's
again?
very well written. The premise, and it's BJ Novak from The Office.
Yeah. It's on Hulu. It's one of those Hulu originals.
I forgot to mention.
Okay.
Only Murders in the Building on Hulu.
Oh,
We finished that.
That's good.
who
Loved
doesn't
it.
want to see a show about podcasters?
Yeah. It was solid if you haven't seen it.
Legit.
There's a few. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. I was just making noises of approval. Yeah.
No, I'm just looking forward to a few things, though. I mean, I'm looking forward to the Book of Boba Fett. I'm looking forward to the new Cobra Kai. Yeah, dude, the ending of Mandalorian when Boba Fett went into Jabba's palace and just
kills Bib Fortuna.
Yes.
Oh, dude, kills Bib Fortuna and just takes the throne.
That was great.
Beautiful.
That was fantastic.
And I'm looking forward to Cobra Kai season 4. I'm a big Karate Kid fan from as a child, and so Cobra Kai is just beautiful. And then this is my goofy one that I absolutely love. I'm really excited for the next season of The Marvelous Mrs Maisel. If you've never seen that, it's amazing writing. Amazing writing.
Yeah.
She's
as a member of the tribe,
member of the tribe, exactly.
Kind of mandatory.
Yeah, exactly. As a member of the tribe,
right.
it's like watching family. It's like watching my freaking family. So
that's how I feel about Curb.
It. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Curb's freaking brilliant.
It's coming.
It's like
there was a trailer recently.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
There's a new season. Did you hear about that?
No, not yet. No.
New season of Curb coming.
Yep.
Cool. I'm a big Seinfeld fan too, so that it's on Netflix. I've been watching that at night. I mean, that's really what I do. And I just go put something on before I go to bed and fall asleep to it. So. But every once in a while I'll carve out some time and watch something. So and then in terms of reading right now, I did The Curious Case and The Dog of the Night. If you haven't read that book, that's brilliant. Mm-hmm. It's about a boy with Asperger's who finds a dead dog, and the owner thinks that he killed the dog, and so the boy decides to go on turn into a detective and find out what happened to the dog. And my son has Asperger's, so it's very, to me, it was very, it's kind of, it's interesting because it helps me kind of see how my son sees, because it's written in the first person from the boy's perspective. And it's
that's like a book
absolutely
book.
incredible. Absolutely incredible. The Curious Case and the Dog in the Night. So
like
yeah,
real book.
definitely want to check that out. I struggle with books that don't have pictures in them.
Same.
But if I listen to them on Audible, then for some reason that works
There
for
you
me.
go.
I don't know.
Exactly.
On Audible, I'll listen to things like I'll listen to all the Godfather books that weren't written by Puzo.
Really?
Superman is Seinfeld. That's awesome. Yeah, because like Puzo wrote, the first one, but then there's like his family owns the rights to it, and so they have a book about, there's about 3 other Godfather books out there, and I'll listen to those. Those are interesting. Other thing I'm reading right now, I'm going to plug something. This is a book by Matthew Skillern called the Freaking Future. Okay. And it's a magazine sized anthology story. I mean, the artwork is just outstanding.
He is amazing.
Matt's nuts. I mean, when your first page just says
Wow.
sex meat is brilliant though. And, here it is. There you go. And the cool thing about this is Matt actually did one of the variant covers for Bigfoot Knows Karate. Yeah, I've got it right here. Can I show you all this?
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay, so this is Matt's cover to Bigfoot Knows Karate. He did the variant cover for that. And then while I'm here, this is the variant cover done by Adam Caswell for the deluxe variant. So we'll talk about the deluxe edition in a little bit. But just beautiful, beautiful work.
That micro pen goodness. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. So we're really excited to have those guys doing those covers. And then another book that's just absolutely amazing was Burlap by Covenant Comics. This is one of the 3 of their 90s Nightmare trilogy. This was brilliant. And then also The Last Ronin. That's the only real mainstream thing I'm reading right now, but it's
so good.
It's really good.
So good. I've only gotten into, that's issue 3, I think. This is issue 4. I've only gotten through issue 2, so I've got a couple more to go. So please, no spoilers. It's so good. I just went and bought them all, and I also bought Ultra Mega. But I haven't gotten I got the first 2 issues of Ultra Mega, but I haven't gotten a chance to read that yet either.
I got to.
It's so cool looking.
Yeah, the first volume I reviewed it. I mean, I guess it's only 1 volume. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, it just kind of hit the nerve of kind of the way I'm drawing right now. When I saw it, I was like, this kind of reminds me of what I'm doing. And there's something I can learn. And it's like kaiju and that sort of thing. And so there's something to be learned from as we're working on this story. Honestly, I haven't really got to look at it yet. But so when I'm done with this, then I'm going to really look at that. But I was like, God, his work is just incredible looking. So I have to give it a shot.
And it's like all kaiju. Like,
right.
I know there's Godzilla versus Kong where there's a human story. No, get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Godzilla versus Kong, actually, I mean, that's kind of part of our pitch, actually. I mean, that's how we look at Bigfoot Knows Karate. It's Godzilla versus Kong meets Kill Bill. And, I mean, we can get it. I know we're bantering right now, but, we're totally ready to,
I mean, Judo, you want to get into their stuff, and then we'll talk about what we've been talking about later after that.
No, sure. Do.
Yeah.
Seems like you're on a good roll to get into it. So
yeah, that was too good of a transition to.
All right.
Yeah.
One hell of a segue, Price. There you go. So but Bigfoot Knows Karate. I mean, it's a story of a gentle cryptid warrior who is lives in a world where anybody can be the hunter and anyone can be the prey at any given time. It's we akin it to Godzilla versus Kong meets Kill Bill, and we're having a fucking blast working on it, man. It's absolutely cool. So
I can tell. It looks like a lot of fun. So just as of now, this is 400%, over 400% funded, with 28 days to go. So holy shit, really successful campaign. Wanted to know, I've seen the promo art that you have on the Kickstarter. I'm going to show that in just a moment, but were you at all inspired? Was there any inspiration from Usagi Yojimbo and the Ninja Turtles?
Or Samurai Jack.
Or Samurai Jack.
Or Samurai Jack.
These are the things I hear.
It's wild. Yeah.
I'll take every single one of them as a compliment. It doesn't tick me off. You know what I mean? But I don't know Samurai Jack at all. Okay. I've seen about 15, 20 minutes of it with my nephew years ago, and it was gorgeous. Okay. In fact, a gentleman named Dennis Valencia did a piece, fan art piece of Bigfoot Knows Karate with Samurai Jack, and then the Kung Fu Thulu, our bad guy, and the baddie from Samurai Jack. It was a beautiful piece. Ninja Turtles, what?
I want to see that.
Yeah, I may be on the fan art gallery actually on our website.
Rad. It's so cool.
I've got to update some of that, but we've received over 60 pieces of fan art at this point before the book even went out. So Ninja Turtles, I love Ninja Turtles. I loved them as a kid. I read the original Eastman Laird stuff when I was really young. And then the other one that you asked me about was that you said, Usagi Yojimbo. Stan Sakai is a genius. Stan Sakai is one of the kindest creators I think I've ever met. And was when his wife was very ill, we actually did some artwork, myself, Bonadami, and Jay Hausa. We did we did some sketch covers to donate to her medical bills that they did auction. And so Usagi Yojimbo is amazing. But yeah, Stan Sakai is one of the kindest people I've ever met in comics, honestly.
This has got to be the coolest looking Bigfoot ever. Holy shit.
There's a few that
there it is right there.
Really cool.
Go up one. Yep, there it is right there at the half.
There it is.
There you go. Dennis Valencia, his Kickstarter just ended today, actually. He just did a book called The Celestial Knight. But that's a beautiful piece. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I like that.
Yeah.
And then
I like the one where he's just kind of like doing maybe Tai Chi or something. It looked like just a very relaxed pose in the middle of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
That was super cool. It's closer to the bottom.
Yeah. That one was. I think I know the one you're talking about. That was done by Nate Broughton out in Australia. He has a book coming out next month called Omen, or later this month called Omen from Slate Comics, and that'll be on Kickstarter. So
it is wild. All of the fan art that folks have sent in, and they haven't even read the story yet. It's all just inspired by the cool thing that Dan has been putting out there and the community that Dan has built up.
Dude, it looks fucking rad.
It's nuts.
That's what happens.
It's fun. Yeah. Go ahead.
Gotta ask how in the name of how can Karate Bigfoot defeat Kung Fu Thulu? Because I would imagine that if I was thinking Bigfoot versus Cthulhu, I would immediately give it to Cthulhu. So
right.
Go
ahead,
Case. You got to buy the book. You'll find out. I mean, he might not beat him. Who knows?
Here's what we will say to this though: damage counts in this book.
Man.
Right? Yeah.
So, okay. So one thing I wanted to talk to Dan about when we started it, I was like, if Bigfoot gets hit in page 2, he's gonna have a fucking mark on his face, like page 6. Like, we're counting the damage. That stuff is adding up. I don't want to have like impervious heroes or whatever. I want there to be consequences. And one thing Bigfoot's going to get is a lot of really bloody consequences.
I love bloody consequences.
Yeah. And I mean, he won't, but I mean, we're having a good time looking at him getting his ass kicked.
Absolutely.
Is this video good?
I'd like to hope so.
Is it? I'm gonna play it in a second, but first, tell me on a scale of 1 to
10.
I
think it's pretty sharp. My brother-in-law helped us with that.
It's actually Dan doing the helicopter.
Oh, wonderful!
Yeah.
So sound effects. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, then, without further ado, Let me know if you guys can hear it. By the way, can you hear it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Go work, Judah.
Ooh.
Yeah, right?
Okay, I'm backing it, dude. I'm backing it.
Yeah,
Nice.
High five, man. That's awesome.
Once
I'll
the beat
clap.
drop, when the beat drops and everything speeds up, and I was like, all right, cool. So here's the money.
The music makes the preview. That's what I've always said. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it looks dope, obviously, but like,
Yeah.
you get that good like driving rhythm. Just really brings it all home.
Dan, who helped you find that music?
Okay, yeah, my son, my 17-year-old son who plays he plays a game called Geometry Dash. He's really big in the Geometry Dash community, and the game they use a lot of different music. That music was by a guy named Creo, and the song is called Outlaw. And Creo is kind enough to let people use his music even on monetizable YouTube videos, as long as you give him credit. I did not monetize the video, obviously, but thank you, Creo, if you happen to be listening. I love that song, and thank you for letting it be a part of the Bigfoot Knows Karate video. So it's great.
Yeah, that was dope. I like that. This looks great, man. Oh no, you killed the dog? What the fuck?
It
That's a
was
wolf.
a mean wolf.
You know, he was up to bad things, you know.
Also,
Okay.
it could not be dead, Judah. You don't know.
If I had known it was this kind of story. Just kidding. Nice.
I think when Kung Fu Thulu shows up in the video, that's when I was like I really like that angle. I think it's one of the covers too.
Yes, it's
where
it's the cover to the deluxe edition.
Yeah, exactly. That one. Yeah. Once you see that image, and it puts everything into perspective, because I really I was hooked.
I love Kickstarter. Can I just say that? I love it.
Yeah.
I love the comics that come out of Kickstarter. You just
you
know?
I love this type of Kickstarter where I've looked at all your tiers. They all look very like you're getting so much at every tier.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Thank you.
For what for the whole project. I feel like everyone, because sometimes it's like, here's your digital and here's our normal stuff, and then that's about all we're doing. There's a lot going on in this Kickstarter.
Signed by Dan Price. Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that print. Yeah, this is dope. I like this.
And I'm a sucker for variant covers.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like the kind of t-shirt that hangs loosely over my gut, but is tight around my biceps. So.
Yeah, I don't know why I grabbed that. I grabbed that shirt. It kind of looked a little goofy, the shirt, but it looked good.
No, man, it's designed for people like myself. So.
Nice.
I like it, man. Cool. Yeah, this looks dope. I back a good portion of the, like, when we have people doing Kickstarters, I tend to back. Like, I'll usually get sold on the idea during the interview, and I'm definitely gonna want this one for sure.
Man. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, we have and then I think we saw the T-shirt. And we're also doing the print canvas. So if you want that, there's also 2 commission spots. There's 2 commission spots available still. But we sold out of the ad space. That sold out I saw that first night. So
which is great.
Nice.
I think when I see a Kickstarter that's fully funded within 48 hours of launching, I'm like, at this point, I'm just buying the comics that I want. Right.
So
yeah.
We can we sound braggadocious for just a second?
I was about to. I wanted
just
to,
a second.
We funded in 7 minutes.
Holy shit!
We hit $3,000 in 2.5 hours. So
that's incredible.
And we hit our 100th backer earlier today. I mean, it's been insane. I mean, it's thank you to everyone who has backed this thing, who supported us. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook group, where fan art, whatever, like, comment, share, whatever you did, DM, nice DMs, just telling us, thank you, just being cool, whatever. Thank you very much, because
it's been a roller coaster.
That's amazing.
We've had an amazing run. I mean, like, the people on Instagram have been so kind to us and have treated us so well. I've never felt that kind of love from a community before. I mean, sometimes some of the social media areas get a little toxic. Not there, man. Everybody's in it. We're all kind of in it together. Nobody's feeling like competition. We're just trying to help each other out. And you couldn't ask for anything more than that.
So for the people watching, and for anyone who wants to start a Kickstarter, I mean, I think anyone who starts a Kickstarter wants the level of success that you guys have attained. What advice do you have for people that are just starting out with a Kickstarter?
Okay, so I'm a creative director for a marketing and advertising firm. So I really look at this a little different than some other people might. I look at it from a marketing perspective from the first day that I started, in January, when I decided that it was time to do this comic. I did this comic. I started this concept in 2018, with the character and all that. And Casey was pushing me for, years, do something with this character. And in January, I said, finally, okay, this is the time to do the book. Plant your seeds early. To anybody who's, start getting your hype up early. I showed pages for a while, and then I cut that off. Okay. And the media, because we got to a certain point, you couldn't show anymore. So then you start showing things out of context and things like that, but you keep new information, new content coming out. I was posting at least 3 times a week, probably more like 5 to 6 times a week. I do live draws on Instagram, me and another artist or 3 other artists, whatever. And we just promote our books and talk and get to know people and just get people to know us. We did an Instagram live launch party for the campaign. That's why it funded so fast. I mean, honestly, if we had left it to everybody else to come, to fund when they wanted to, it would have been slower. I firmly believe that. So what we did was, on Wednesday night, 6:30, we did a Kickstarter pre-launch party. Casey and myself, and we had 2 other people would be rotating in and out, other creators, people who are big fans of the project. We just kept rotating them in and out. And what ended up happening, hell yeah, that's awesome, Robo's Strange. That's awesome. What ended up happening was, when at 7:00, when the Kickstarter went live, I said, okay, guys, I'm hitting the button in 3, 2, 1. If you want to fund it, go ahead and fund it. And everybody scattered and then came back. And within 7 minutes, we were done. And we hung out for 3 hours, Casey?
Yeah.
Something like that. And we just ended up hanging out and talking with people. And we, all our family members and stuff were in the room. And, you could just feel the love all over the place. It was an amazing feeling. I will definitely say to anybody who's going to do a Kickstarter, make it an event. Don't just think that Kickstarter is going to do the job for you. It's not. Kickstarter is a platform, nothing more, nothing less. Treat it like a distribution tool. That's what it is. But they're not there to sell your work. You have to sell your work.
Yeah, you got to do the legwork.
Yep.
Yeah, 65% of the backers that we have did not come from Kickstarter. Okay, they came from Instagram, Twitter, our website. I've seen the backer report. I've seen the numbers. I see where they're coming from, and it's because we took the time to make it happen organically. You know what I mean? So that's my advice. That might have been a long answer, but I mean, that's what I would do.
And I have a little bit of insight into that as well.
Sure.
Like Dan was the brains of the operation for this, like for sure.
No, you're brilliant, dude.
as an outside, I'm not really that well versed in Instagram. I have an Instagram account. I show pictures of my kids and weird bugs and plants I see around my yard. That's like honestly what I do. I did a very interesting photo collection of mushrooms the other day. So
they were good.
But yeah, like that's really it. And then I'll also promote my comics and stuff. But most of it is like people that I went to high school with. I'm like, oh, they're fat now. We're all fat now. That sucks. But so seeing the community that Dan has, found and built up around him and kind of gotten excited and help them get excited about their own stuff. You can't buy that for $1 million. That's something that you fucking build, like blood, sweat, and tears. Dan has done all of these live draw events. And one thing he was talking about not wanting to put everything out there already because, then when the book comes out, like, what are you going to do? I think you did like layers. Like you're like, oh, I'm just going to do a layer and they won't see the whole page. And that was kind of like a smart way that, cause he didn't know what he was going to draw. He's like, I'm really in the weeds here on the book. I can't just not draw the book. And so he did a layer and it worked great. He talked to another creator, helped them chat up their project as well. And you're cross-pollinating people. You're getting people interested in other things and kind of making your own scene. I run a group called the Comics Jam. We also it's one of those deals where, oh, you want to draw comics, you want to make comics, you feel like you're left out from the rest of the community. We're going to build a fucking table. Like you don't ask for a seat at the table, you build the table. And then maybe people want to come eat where we're, what we're cooking. So, and a lot of really good projects have come out of the Comic Jam. A lot of really talented people have come out of the Comic Jam. That's where I met Dan.
Yeah.
And And I thought Dan was like pulling my leg that he wanted to be involved with this tiny group that I was in because Dan's art was already there. I mean, he's a graphic designer by trade, so he knows what he's doing. He knows how a page is constructed. So I was like, I write comics when I'm on the toilet, my dude. Like that's like that is
every minute counts.
Exactly.
Every minute counts.
Like that is the discipline that I have for. And he's like, no, like we're doing this shit. We're doing this. And I can't thank Dan enough for getting me involved with this. It's really been a joy, but get started early, build a community, and don't talk about it, do it. That's
I love
with
it.
anything with comics. Like you fucking shut up and get it done. Don't just say I have this great idea for a comic. Go, I have this comic that I'm working on actively. I'm writing the script out now. Would you like to see my script? This is my script. I put a lot of work into this. That's what you have to do. This tea is really good. So
one more thing.
Fox be hungry. You know what's up.
Can I just say one more thing too? Be kind. If you win to get one of these things, put kindness out there. Positivity creates positivity. All right. I firmly believe that. And if you go out there and act like some negative prick who's, trying to, act like some stone cold badass looking, trying to be cool and just cut people down and all that crap. No, that's not positive. If you're positive and you'll surround yourself with positive people. And that's exactly what's happened. You know what I mean? I really, truly believe that.
I know
that sounds like good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
be nice. Dan's one of the nicest dudes I know.
Well, no, that's not true. But Casey's the nice. I've said before, Casey is one of the nicest guys in comics. Period. I mean, like, he's patient. He is so patient with me and with my manic bipolar ass. He is. I couldn't imagine of working with anybody else on this project but him. When we met over the Comic Jam, and the Comic Jam that Casey runs, it's like a workshop where a writer gets a the writers come up with a theme, and then they have a week to write a 1-page script, no longer than 6 panels, and then those scripts are randomly given to artists, and they have 1 month to complete the page. He was the writer, I was the artist, and it was an amazing project thing because we got to work on one together. But I mean, it was a great workshop. I tried different, hell yeah, man, definitely. I tried many different, I got to try many different styles while I was working on those things. And it was just push yourself, that's the time to try to push yourself. And Casey, when we worked together on a Ditko tribute piece, when Ditko passed away, we did a piece that was really, I thought it was really amazing, very touching. And Casey wrote that, and I couldn't believe how good it was. And that was when I knew that he was something special. And when we became friends after that, we've never met face to face. But if he lived, one day. And if he ever lived in town, we'd hang out twice a week because I love this guy, dude. This is my bro. This is my dude. I mean, seriously. So
you guys,
and we have a bit of a bromance going. We've been told by other podcasters. So, but
we talk about once a day at least.
Yeah.
Do you guys finish each other's
sandwiches?
Yeah. No underwear. What? No, but it is really cool. And this guy, when he came onto the project with me, I was just thrilled because he's brought a lot of he's taken all my crazy ideas and was able to fill in the gaps and put it all together, and he's come up with some amazing scenes in this book, so it's really cool. It's really cool.
Awesome. So for the chat, check out this Kickstarter. Let me see if I can put the link in the chat really quick, or if one of you guys want to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I just did. I got the pack variant. No, not the chat. I can't.
Oh,
sorry, I can't. Okay.
You're the dude. You are the dude, Danny.
If you got a notification, that was me. I got the 4-pack because I need those variants.
You are the
man.
Did you just back it, man? That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you, Danny.
Looks great. I mean, yeah, like I said, when I'm watching because these guys have a lot of Kickstarter people come in and they have their own projects, and I don't normally I'll do some more research and I'll look into it, but this one was like easy decision.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Thank you.
Man,
but it's great. I'm glad you guys get to meet. I mean, I've met a lot of people that I've never met in person just because of the last 18, 20 months, whatever we've been living in.
Sure.
Oh man. So yeah. So it's cool that comics, you don't have to move to New York and work in a building to make comics anymore.
Right.
Dude, okay, Danny, so I always loved comics as a kid. I lived comics. And I never thought that would be something that I could attain because I don't live in New York. I don't live in LA. I live out in the middle of fucking nowhere in Alabama. About 30 minutes outside of Birmingham. But I pass cows and rebel flags on the way home, and that sucks. The cows are okay. The other people,
right?
The poor cows,
absolutely,
absolutely.
But yeah, we're not in a cultural hub. I don't know other writers that I haven't met on the internet. That's why the internet is amazing. It's an amazing place. I randomly found this group on Reddit, the Comic Jam, and that's how I got involved. And then all of a sudden, I'm helping to arrange it and kind of run it. And then I met Dan Price, and we're working on this comic. And that's also I met another guy named Pete Woods, and we did this book together. We're on issue 2 of that. Actually, issue 3 now.
Let me enlarge you really quick.
Oh yeah,
say that again.
I feel like I've seen that before somewhere.
Dude, it's amazing.
We are getting the letters done on issue 2, and I'm writing issue 3 now. It's a doozy. But we got the colors back for issue 2 the other day, and oh my gosh, a lot of red, but it looks really, for a bloodbath. It looks very pretty.
Oh wow, y'all got that funded in 12 hours too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So,
yeah.
But
Cool.
for like to get funded in 7 minutes, I was like, holy shit. That's next level damn price.
Oh yeah, it's all you, Casey Allen. I'm telling you, dude.
Oh.
You're the heart and soul of the Ghostbusters, sir. I'll tell you, no, I've got a guy over on Instagram. I told him that he's going to fund in 5 minutes. That's my goal, that he funds in 5 minutes. And he's like, no pressure, Dan. I said, no pressure. You're going to do it. You're going to break the record. Because, the guy who did the Samurai Jack art, Dennis Valencia, he just closed his Kickstarter today. It just finished up. He funded, and he had a $750 goal. He funded in 7 minutes. So I said to him, you got warp speed, you got ludicrous speed, and you got Valencia speed. And now he's saying to me, now you got Dan Price speed, because we did it in 7 minutes on $1,000. But I said to him, Valencia speed sounds so much cooler. So we're going to keep it at that. So it does sound much better.
It sounds more exotic, I would say.
It does. It sounds good.
Like Lamborghini speed.
Lamborghini speed. But yeah, I told D, I said to D Hausner, I said, it was the goal that you have to break the record. You're the one who has to break the record. So
yeah, well, and you have to set goals that I feel are both attainable, but you also you don't want to just
ambitious,
even on your stuff, right?
Sure.
So there's a balance there that I'm sure it's very difficult to find. But yeah, this.
So
go ahead.
Real quick, the link is in the chat for the Kickstarter if you want to get in on this, and then also a link to the website so you can check out all the fan art and all the other cool ass stuff over there.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, it's wild. Also, we got picked as a project we love.
Nice.
Yeah, we just got that,
and so that's exciting. We get a little badge that we put on our thing, and then hopefully more people see it. It's like I said, it's wild.
Question from the chat: Do you guys wish you set a higher funding goal?
No, and the reason is really that I was fearful. I'm not fearful. I mean, I felt like we'd fund, but it's not about funding. It's about overfunding. Really. Having a lower goal and funding faster is what, if you follow the criteria of Kickstarter and you have a graphic that has no words on it, no insignias, no badges, you have a very clear cut, a high level elevator pitch of what your book is. Your everything is very clear through all your tiers and stuff like that. And you fund fast, you can get projects we love, but that it's not a random draw how they do this stuff. They have a criteria. They have people who are looking at this stuff. So, I mean, I studied, did the research, tried to figure out how to do this, and followed the notes that I made. And, look, it's just, the thing about it is, if it's all the information's out there, you just got to find it. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as luck. It's where preparation meets opportunity. And I fully believe that. That's what luck is. And
I've heard that before. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I fully believe that. But if you can do that criteria, then you get the Projects We Love badge. The Projects We Love badge pushes you up the algorithm. We got the badge maybe 3 hours ago or something like that, Casey, 2-3 hours ago. So let's see what happens. Let's take it for a spin and see how fast it can go. You know what I mean? We're gonna push this as hard as we can and see what we can do with it. So lower goal, higher goal. Funding goal. I don't know if that really matters. Honestly, it's just how can you beat the system? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and with comics, the thing is a lot of people are willing to try out one thing, and you got to take advantage of that. Because I have a boxes full of number ones. Yeah, that I'm like, I'm gonna check this out. It looks cool. I don't know anything about it, but it's something that I want to try out. The trick is, how do you get those people to get to read the number 2?
That's the thing. That's the thing. Right. We built this book on hype. Okay, we built this thing purely on hype. Now it is our job with number 1 fucking deliver. Okay. And that is what we plan to do. The book is basically done. I'm not basically done. I have 2 pages left to draw. We got some pages left to letter, but the goal here is to not make people wait forever and a day to get their book. We are completely, I mean, we have a ship date of January only because of everything coming through in the holidays, and we just don't want to get lost in the shuffle in the mail, and everything's slowing down. The mail's slowing down anyway for some reason. I don't understand why, and it gets worse during the holidays. So we're going to put we put a January date just so we can overpromise and underpromise and overdeliver. I think that's really important. But look, you have to be true to your word. And I mean, I've seen Indiegogos and other things that they don't fund, or they fund and they don't deliver the book. You know what I mean?
That's definitely an Indiegogo thing for sure.
Yeah, as Casey told me one time, it's called an indie no-go. And and I don't know if you coined that phrase, but I love it. And
I think I read it somewhere. But
okay. Well,
that sours everything around you if you can't deliver.
Yeah. And a few bad apples will spoil the whole thing. And, and then everybody gets a bad reputation in crowdfunding. No. We are here to show the best of what indie comics can be. Have some backbone and do the right thing. I mean, look, if you do my boss and we talk about this a lot. If you do the right thing, the money will come, and and that's just kind of the attitude that we have. And be a part of the community, help out people who are looking for help, ask for questions when you have them. I mean, this is my advice to other creators: get in the mix. And Casey was talking about his Instagram. It's all mushrooms with snails on them, and and the whatever you were talking. Casey, are you frozen, dude?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. You're
just really still.
Yeah,
he's very good at holding still.
Yeah, it's
I have
one of
been
those
up
guys
since
in New
4,
Orleans that like stand still all the time, and then all of a sudden just goes, he's gonna Casey the jump scare Alan. So, but put yourself out there, man. Really, I mean, I know we were talking about the comic, but we've kind of been talking about how to do it. You know what I mean? But that's like, I'm a sponge. I will listen to anybody and everybody. I studied Kickstarters, Indiegogos. I've looked at who who's making the best moves and just paying attention to them, because you can learn so much from your failures as well as your successes, and I mean, we're going to make some screw ups during this campaign. I'm really scared about shipping costs and things like that, but those are the things that have me worried at night, that we're not going to get killed in the shipping costs, but we'll find out what happens.
Also, all that stuff that Dan mentioned earlier, like ask questions, do the right thing. I've tried all that, and my OnlyFans is still not doing not getting any traction at all.
Go ahead and drop the link in the chat if you can.
All right.
Yeah. Is that one also just pictures of mushrooms?
No, it's just me sitting on fakes. Yeah. that was good. That was good.
Well played, Danny. Well played.
Well, hey, before we're gonna move on to some other stuff, but before we do that, any last word? Like, let's say there's one guy in the chat who still just isn't sure if he wants to get this book or not. Any last pitch?
Yes. I want to talk about the deluxe edition. Actually, okay. So we have two editions of this comic: the 30-page regular edition with a cover by me and a variant by Matthew Skillern, and then the deluxe edition, which I did the cover on the regular edition, and then Adam Caswell did the cover on the variant edition. The deluxe edition is a 44-page book. It's got the 30-page regular story, 10-page fan art gallery, extra sketches by me, and then also a QR code that will take you to a director's commentary roundtable video discussion. Okay. And we're going to, myself and Casey and a couple of great guests are going to join us. And we're going to dissect the comic, because we have a really meaty twist at the end of this book. It says Bigfoot Knows Karate, and you think that spells it out.
Speaking of meaty twist,
get ready, dude.
But he actually knows Muay Thai.
No, he knows Pilates. It's Bigfoot Knows Pilates.
Bigfoot Knows Pilates. Yes.
But no, we got a meaty twist at the end of this book, and we haven't been able to talk about the plot. We've done how many podcasts, Casey? We've never really talked about what the plot of this book really is.
Yeah,
you got Bigfoot, you got Kung Fu Thulu, Big Smash 'em Up, and so much more. What the director's commentary video is going to allow us to do is talk through the creative process, walk through the comic page by page, and then answer some, and not answer the questions, but at least address some of the stuff that's going to happen. And because the first issue, that's our setup. Issue, the end of that is going to lead into issue 2, and that's where the story is really going to take off. And we're just excited to see how people react to this twisted concept that we're playing with right now. Really, really pumped about it.
There's some people in the feed talking about the title, and I think that's one of the genius things that Dan came up with. That your interest is immediately piqued by it, and one thing that we've tried to do with this is to we're going to feed you a little bit of that, but we're also going to come around with a little bit of this, and like not entirely subvert expectations, but just. We want you to be like, what the fuck? Yes, more of this. That's what we want. And I think that by the end of issue 1, you guys are going to be stoked. If you're not already, you're just going to.
I hope so. I really do, because we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this book. a lot of nights not watching the latest show, the new cherry flavor, and all the other things that I've missed out on. So we can make this comic. I really want you to like it, because otherwise I got a lot of Netflix to binge on.
Yeah, brand new cherry flavor is
brand new cherry flavor. Sure. Yeah, I want to see that really badly.
Bonkers.
Yeah. But this book is, look, I came from a world of comedy comics. I used to do a book called Latex Avenger. He had a sidekick named Spermicidal Foam Lad. Together, they repelled crime 99.9% of the time. This project is
those are good results.
That's Latex Avenger right there. You can see him, and Spermicidal Foam Lad's up there. That's Kosher the pig down there. That's my grandfather over here. Anyway, that's my and his name's Saul Glickman in the comic. And I came from that world of comics. I came from that world of comics, and to do this, to go, from one-shot comedy comics to full out 5-issue cinematic, big picture, a lot of twists, a lot of turns, action adventure, psychological thriller. That's why I needed Casey, because this was bigger than I could. I'll tell you what, Allison, bear with us, man, because we're going to take you on a ride with that answer. Okay, so just bear with us. Read the book. I think you're gonna trip out when you see what actually happens with that. So, but good question, real good question.
Sweet.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I had a question too. Is there any, I guess these would be maybe stretch goals for hardcover, shiny cover, something.
Okay.
Like that.
So we're not really doing anything with the covers. Those are pretty set. We are doing we hit our first stretch goal in an hour and a half. So we are doing. I put a poll out on Instagram. They picked a trading card is what they want for the first stretch goal. Cool. Our next stretch goal is going to be at $5,000. I don't remember where we're at right now. We're about 4,400 or something like that. Close. Say that again.
Very close. Yeah.
So at 5,000. Wow. Thank you guys so much. So we're going to do so we're doing the stretch goal at $5,000. Another thing that we're doing, so the cover artist, Adam Caswell, has been kind enough to donate a piece of art, a sequential page that he did, just playing around with Bigfoot and having fun with it for the promotion. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's on the fan art page. It's the only, it's on the fan art gallery. It's the only paneled page on there. So we're giving that away, and it's going to be for the first 100 physical backers. Or was it 50? Yeah, for the first 50 physical backers, they're going to be entered into a raffle. okay, at the end of the campaign. So I'll do a live stream on Instagram. I'll have a random name picker. I'll import everybody's names in there, and we're going to go pick it live. And then Adam will send the artwork out to the person. So we're not doing, adding new hardcovers and things like that, but we're getting creative in some of the other things that we can offer. We're hoping that we're going to offer some other original art that we can give away in other raffle systems as well, maybe for the net first 100 and 150, something like that. So we're really trying to bring some good stuff for you guys.
My other co-host Robo is going to be very sad because he's all about those hardcovers.
Maybe for the collected edition.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Look for a trade when it's all said and done. That's for sure.
Right on.
Cool.
Okay. So Bigfoot Knows Karate. The link, if you scroll up in the chat, you see it. It's definitely get in on this because it looks pretty dope. Are you guys down to stick around? We're gonna kind of go through some headlines and talk about some other comic-y or tangentially comic-y stuff. Yeah.
I actually have to go. I have to go pick up my son from the high school football game. He's in band. And so I have to go pick him up from there. So I do apologize, but thank you for having us on. I mean, Casey, you going to stick around?
I might can stick around for a few more minutes. Yeah.
All right, cool. But Judah, Danny, thank you for having me here. And Casey, you're amazing. And thank you so much, really.
Yeah, thank you for showing us your stuff. Looks pretty cool. Definitely swing on back next time you guys are doing a campaign. Sounds like there's going to be more. So yeah, definitely. And then listen, if y'all are on Instagram, anybody who's out there, Instagram or Twitter, you can find me at Danomite139. That's DANOMYTE 139. That's on Instagram and Twitter. So hit me up. Love to get to meet y'all. Okay. So thank y'all so much. Cool. Thank you. Take care.
All right. Peace, Casey. I'll catch you soon.
See you, man.
Later.
Peace.
Actually, I just got word for the wife that I have to go.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, thanks for showing us your stuff.
Robot Seat Guitar on Instagram and Twitter. Back our book. It is awesome. We really hope that y'all like it. Dan has put everything into the making of this book. I'm just the idiot that came and crossed the T's and dotted the I's and filled in the gaps. I've loved everything about this book. I cannot wait for you guys to read it. If you love movies like Kill Bill, Godzilla vs. Kong, even like some weird, like
The Notebook,
The Warriors, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, stuff like that. Check us out. That last one, obviously, maybe.
I mean, that would be a twist. That'd be a twist where we're in.
That's where we subvert the expectations, man.
Great.
So,
and then every night, Cthulhu reads Karate Bigfoot from his notebook, and they share a dance. Yeah.
Cool. You guys, thank you so much, and your listeners, watchers on YouTube are some of the best question askers, and you just have a really good crew here watching this show. So thank you guys for that too. Judah, Danny, thank y'all so much.
Take care, Casey. Right. Thank you.
Take care, Casey.
Y'all be well.
Peace.
All right, Judah. That's it. Cage match. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that book sounds dope.
Yeah, it really does.
I definitely gonna check that out. I don't support every Kickstarter that comes on here. I support them emotionally, but I don't always back every Kickstarter that comes on.
Yeah, I mean, you're providing a platform already for them to get more people to look. That should be enough. If you buy
I'm already a stand-up guy. Yeah,
exactly.
Like I don't feel obligated, but sometimes I do. And I definitely am backing this one. I backed Savage Wizard, and it was funded today, so that's great.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm excited because I backed that too when you guys were doing the stream.
Yeah, it
you
looks
guys are costing me a lot of money.
That's the goal, man. That's the goal. We want to completely ruin your life. So yeah. Just kidding. So we're gonna get into the news. We got some. This is a dramatic week for IFLC.
Do you want to really quickly just talk about the comics we bought?
Oh,
since we didn't get to.
Oh yeah. You go.
So first one, I had to start with my boy, Batman the Imposter, written by Mattson Tomlin, who is writing this little film called The Batman. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, I might have heard of something.
So yeah, this is insane. This is an insanely good book. I really enjoyed the first issue. I'm super hooked. A quick pitch: there's another Batman who's an imposter, but how do you prove which Batman's which? But there's a lot more to it.
You have to look at his nipples.
Yeah, you got to look out. But then also picked up the new Star Wars Trail of Shadows.
Oh yeah, I'm trade waiting on that, but I'm definitely gonna get to it eventually.
I wanted to check it out because I'm behind on the High Republic stuff, but this looked interesting enough for me to just kind of hop on its own. I believe it comes from. Sorry,
Robo's text just ruined me. All right, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so this one, it comes from a book, like a book that you have to read, I think. Well, you don't have to read this, but and then I also read No One Left to Fight 2, number 1 from Dark Horse, which is a super rad comic. And lastly, but not least, Clear, the Scott Snyder Francis Manapul Comixology original that came out this week. I'm really digging those Scott-tober books. So we have one more. We have one more next week, and then we'll get issue 2 of the first one and loop back around. So
he's
super excited.
One of the hardest working men in comics, I would say.
Yeah, he was on Fabian on Batman with Kevin Smith and Mark Bernard, and he was just talking. I mean, I can listen to
Fapping on Batman,
or Fabian Beyond, I guess it's called now.
Okay, it was called Fapping on Batman.
No. I mean, Kevin Smith might, but I would have put it past. And then I'm very excited I haven't read them because I need to catch up, but I need to finish Superman and the Authority. And then I started Strange Adventures from the beginning again, so I could just read the whole thing now that it's finally done. So
nice.
Good stuff this week. Very good stuff. And I mean, we got a bunch of good stuff next week too. So very excited.
I'm a little jealous because my LCS didn't get their shipment this week.
Oh, really?
So I showed up on Wednesday and he was like, sorry, man, no new comics. And then I called him yesterday and he was like, sorry. Texted today, nothing. So he said, just come next week. So I guess I'm getting a double pull Wednesday.
That sucks because, because whenever that happens, I just try to go to like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll go to Titan to get my indie books. But yeah, man, that sucks.
Yeah, bummer. But I did get my Bad Idea books this week. It was the final installment of The Lot, and then
cool.
and then the second issue of Pirate Queen, and I'm thoroughly enjoying both of them. But with Pirate Queen, the B-side, the little story in the back. So Matt Kint's doing all of these B-sides, and they're all. Do you remember the Save Now, the short from a while back? It was like a B-side. And it was about this guy who can rewind himself, but has to like. So. Mm-hmm. So he was on a team of like super people that were like trying to stave off this apocalypse. And the B-sides lately for a lot of the Bad Idea books have been like little one shots that tell the backstory of everyone else on his squad. So I feel like there's big plans for that.
There's got to be a team book coming, right? On the whatever next wave of Bad Idea stuff they're putting together.
Definitely a team book, and it's gonna. I don't want to spoil it because it's this week, but it is definitely become apparent with one very big kind of Easter egg that not only is Save Now going to continue in the future, and there's going to be a team book, but also it's tying in with another title that has already run its course.
So that's interesting.
So yeah, Bad Idea is evolving into something else, and it's going to be crazy. As far as what I'm just kind of reading, I'm so close to being completely caught up on every single Valiant title ever made, which is just kind of like my little pet project for the last year or two, is just to be perfect headcanon on Valiant. Right now I'm reading Ninja K.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love that book.
Yeah, this is a great book. It's I didn't think I could like anything better than Matt Kint Ninjak, but I would say this is very, very close, if not equal to that in as far as goodness goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this trade has issues 10 to 14, and it's just baller, man. I love it.
What a fun concept of like, oh, the name was actually the reason. There's a reason why there's a K, right?
Right. Yeah, I love that element of like all the previous ninjas, like Ninja M, Ninja R, Ninja,
and they're all so cool. Like all the I want books for most of the, if not all. Yeah, I mean some of them are dead, but yeah, I want books for all the ninjas.
I hope that when Valiant kind of gets its shit back together, they do like a big ninja team book with all the ninjas or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they need to. They can't set that up and then never pay it off. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yep. So we've had a hell of a week. We had a really big Twitter week. We don't usually have big Twitter weeks, but some news dropped that John Kent in Son of Kal-El.
Yeah.
News dropped that he's gay and that he's in a relationship with another man. Which is awesome. I think all normal people were like, "Oh, that's cool," but obviously there's that contingent of people that just completely fucking lost their minds. So we tweeted out. We made a tweet about it, and all hell broke loose. And then just people were trying to shit on us, but they're so stupid that they ended up shitting on themselves. And it was just a mess. But the best part of it is that our tweet got featured in a Wonkette article by Michael Mora. So
oh, cool.
Basically, the whole article was about our tireless crusade against toxic fandom, and obviously we're the heroes of that story. So definitely check that out. But yeah, I can't imagine people. I can't imagine the rage. I can't fathom the rage, because it's like, it's pretend shit. Like, if you really have a problem with it, just don't read it. But maybe even just give it a chance. Like, how can you be that? How can you be that bigoted against people? You know what I mean?
I'm excited because I'm behind on that book, but the first issue, like, it really set the tone for what was happening. Like John Kent is not gonna be like his dad, because that's not what the world needs. Right. And I love that he went, in the first issue, he goes to talk to Damien, because they're best friends, and they're coming back in 2022. I don't know if that was one of your news. I don't want to get ahead. But yeah, it's cool. I'm excited to read it. I like John Kent. I was not super on board with aging him up at first, but now that we're here, we might as well get some good out of it.
Yeah, I'm all for aging up, because I just don't really love children superheroes.
The Super Sons book was so fun though, that like only for that book which they kind of kept going anyways with the adventures that were like prior to him aging up. But yeah, I'm excited. I don't know who. So I saw the panel, but like I said, I'm behind. So I think that's it's actually a reporter that he's making out with. So which is kind of interesting, because like I guess his family is full of reporters, and then the individual that John's kissing, like, big fan of Lois Lane, because who wouldn't be if you're a reporter in that world? Like, Lois Lane is like top tier role model.
She's the greatest reporter in the DC universe. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
You mentioned Dean Cain. So Dean Cain, of course, had to open his big stupid fucking mouth. What a sack of shit that guy is. And then
talk about not understanding the assignment of like what you're doing.
Absolutely, yeah, dude. You have no business putting on the blue. Absolutely not. Also, this made waves in. To want to talk about casuals, Ben Shapiro devoted a whole segment to this. Like, so cringe hearing that guy talk about comics. But
whenever something like this happens, like, we had the whole Hydra Cap thing a few years ago. Just anything like this where like nobody, if that many people were paying attention to comics, like, it would be a completely different industry, right? But they're not. They just see a headline and they pick it up, and nobody's even read the issue, right? Because it hasn't come out.
Hasn't come out yet.
It's just what they're announcing.
It's stupid
so,
blind rage is what it
Yeah.
is. We so like there has been some salient criticism, but it's not really criticizing the fact that John Kent is gay. It's more criticizing the fact that DC does this where on like a holiday they'll show us a character like that and then ignore that character once the hype ends, and I think that is like a legit criticism.
That's a fair criticism of like, did you put that out because of the day it was?
It's performative representation versus sincere representation. Like if they did this but did it not to celebrate anything, but they just did it to do it, and then they kept running with it, and it's been 20 years and John Kent is like Miles Morales level of accepted as like a mainstay character, then I feel like that would be better. That would be more commendable than kind of the hype train that starts and then fades into oblivion.
Yeah, like I was very excited when we found out about Tim Drake, because not only is he my favorite Robin, I feel like he's been around forever. He's a mainstay, I think, in the Bat family, and it didn't really coincide with much. It kind of just happened. It happened in like a Batman Urban Legends book, too, like in one of the 3 stories. So it's not like So it wasn't. I feel like people who were reading the book were excited and were making a big deal about it, but it's not like everyone latched on like they did here. Like I saw a few headlines of like, "Oh, Robin's bisexual now," and that's it. They wouldn't even go into details of like which Robin or whatever. It was more like the clickbait thing.
Yeah, I just want to see them commit. I want to see DC commit. And that only time will tell that. We're not going to know before the answer to that one, but one of the big things would be just that people creating a lot of these books are not the people that were writing them 20 years ago, even 10 years ago. So they come at all this stuff with a different mindset and a different understanding of the world and what we're living in. So yeah, I'm excited for this stuff, but I really hope that they just maintain. But I have a lot of faith in Tom Taylor. Hell yeah.
I think, yeah, so I'm picking up everything he's putting down. So
speaking of Tom Taylor, this isn't a planned news item, but I'm going to mention it anyway. So the Injustice movie came out, and I haven't seen it because it hasn't become available to buy on.
On the 19th. But on the 19th, it'll be available.
The critical consensus seems to be that it blows. So
you're setting yourself up for failure when you're doing something like that, because the game's really beloved. The comic is super expansive. So like, what are you gonna pick and choose from? I'll still watch it because.
Oh, you hear this alarm? I set that alarm because I have to bid on something on eBay. So just give me a second.
Sure, go ahead. I'll keep talking about it.
It's the 4-issue run of the solo Jack of Hearts series. I got to get it before it gets sniped.
Now we're all invested in this.
Yeah, I got to get this.
Game of Judah getting
Hold on a second. Let's see where it's at. Hold on.
But I'll keep talking Injustice. I love the comics. I really like the video game. Is one of the only video games that I played all the way through to get story, as opposed to just watching the cutscenes. Lego has a really interesting comment in the chat. I'll wait for Midnight on Apollo show.
I'm the highest. I'm the highest bidder.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
I got 22 minutes, so I'm gonna set it right here. Whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna set it right here.
Chat.
So I'll
remind us 22 minutes. We're still going.
Someone remind me in 20 minutes.
20
someone
minutes,
in the chat. 20 minutes. Remind me.
Uh-oh.
And Robo, if you do, Robo.
That's what he just said. That's what he just said.
If you do, you're me. Where
unless you're gonna give it to him for
Thank
Christmas.
you, Nathan. If you steal this, you're dead to me. Do not do it, please.
What if it's a Christmas gift?
Unless it's a Christmas gift, but I celebrate Hanukkah, so it better be a Hanukkah gift.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
send
it in multiple shipments.
Fox, don't do it, Fox. Damn, I'm never bringing this shit up on stream again. Everyone, all these Judases just jump me.
Next time, just tell us a different book, and then they'll go buy random comics while you still win your own lot.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll have to do that. Yeah, I lost my complete train of thought.
We were on
So
Injustice.
Injustice, the movie apparently blows, but I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Yeah, of course we have to.
Yeah,
We're legally mandated.
I was watching The Long Halloween today, and it's so good. It's a really good animated
that's
adaptation.
what I've heard, and I don't know why I haven't watched it. I feel like I was scared because I really liked that book, and I was scared that the movie but it is 2 parts, so I guess that should give it an edge.
Stop it, Roba. Yeah, yeah, it was really good. I'm so discombobulated now because I'm like thinking, haha, but what if they actually fucking swipe this from me? I'd be really upset. So I mentioned this before, but I just kind of want to give a big shout out. I don't think they're in the stream right now, but Leslie Julian and Doug Wood, Savage Wizard is funded, and we're all really stoked to get it. There was a little period of time where I was almost worried it wouldn't get funded, but I think a lot of people kind of rallied, got the word out, and now we're all going to get a copy of that totally bonkers and awesome looking comic book. I'm
excited because I bought that really cool variant cover. Like I said, I'm all about the variants.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Lego. I'll watch The Long Halloween and let you know. But based on Judah's feedback, I'm more excited to watch it now. I might do that this weekend.
I like almost everything about it. I think the only weakness is the guy who does Bruce Wayne's voice. He doesn't sound bad. He just doesn't sound like my imagination's version of Bruce Wayne.
If you don't sound like Kevin Conroy, there's gonna be you're already getting.
Dude, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. Yeah. Every time I watch a DC animated movie, if it's not Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy, it sounds off to me.
Kevin Conroy is what I read when I read comics. I hear his voice when I'm reading Batman's dialogue.
He's got the best Batman voice.
Yeah.
It sounds nothing like this, but this is the best that I can do.
That's probably one of my. Just from watching the trailer for Injustice, I already know that the voices are gonna bother me until I get used to it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's just how that is. So, Danny, you know me pretty well. We've interacted a lot on Discord, and we've done this stream together a few times, and I would say we're pretty good friends. Just knowing what you know about me, how do you think I feel about the Silver Surfer?
Well, based on that book behind you, and a bunch of the books I can see behind you, I think, I would say you like the Silver Surfer. Is that from the Fantastic Four 2 movie?
I'm a bit of a Silver Surfer fan. Yeah, it is. That is the cutout from the movie.
Cool.
So news dropped this week that Ron Mars and Ron Lim are teaming up again for a new Silver Surfer book. It's called Silver Surfer Rebirth, and it's going to be like a continuation of the Ron Lim and Ron Mars Silver Surfer run. So that's exciting, but it almost feels like kismet because it's coming out on my birthday, January 19th.
Really?
Yes. So what a happy birthday. So,
cool. So is it going to be like an untold story that's happened?
Yes.
That happened back then, right after.
It's in the spirit of, you know how Fabian Nicieza just kind of came back to X-Men recently?
Yep.
It's kind of like that. Like they're like, because there's so many old fans now and like there's a lot of new stuff, and they're trying to like there's like the whole they're trying to make everyone happy. So one thing they've been doing lately is taking old creative teams and bringing them back to do like retro continuations of older runs, which for me, that's great. I love that. So I'm pretty excited to see this.
Dude, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, if anybody knows Silver Surfer, I think those two dudes, like, they really get it. They really get it.
Absolutely. I'd show up for a Jim Starlin one as well. But yeah.
Nobody knows the Galactic really like Jim Starlin, right? So,
but he's never going to work for Marvel again because he strongly dislikes them.
We'll have to settle for Al Ewing, and that's also pretty good. So,
yeah, absolutely. Cool. So Daredevil, Woman Without Fear. Have you heard about this?
I just saw a promo image. Well, I guess it's a promo image, but I've seen Daredevil. Yeah, I've seen that costume before because I'm reading Zdarsky's run.
Yep. So let me see if I can bring it up real quick. But it's pretty dope. It's Chip Zdarsky, Daredevil woman without fear. Yeah. It looks pretty lit titty, if I do so myself. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hold on. I'm gonna share screen real quick. So check this out.
Live reaction for everybody watching live.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm at that point where she takes over in Daredevil book. So I'm excited to figure out how we get from there to this point.
Look how amazing that looks.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. How awesome does she look with the size?
Mm-hmm.
That's It's going to be Elektra as Daredevil. It's going to be its own solo series, and the thing that I think is kind of exciting is this and regular Daredevil title are both going to tie into the upcoming Devil's Reign event.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm all up. Like I said, I'm a little behind, but I'm all about Zdarsky's run on Daredevil. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I it feels like I always enjoy whoever's on Daredevil. Like I really like Charles Soule and whatever he did, and then he left it in a really interesting place for Zdarsky to pick it up. But Zdarsky also kind of nailed it. So this I'm excited for. I think Elektra. No, Elektra's not blind.
No.
But I'm always so. I did see a take of like, wouldn't it be cool if they just wrote a good Elektra story? Which that's fair. I think Elektra sometimes is underutilized or only utilized to propel their Devil story.
Well, I mean, Bill Sienkiewicz, thank you. I always fuck that up. Bill Sienkiewicz did and Frank Miller did a pretty sweet solo Elektra way back in the day.
And she has such a cool design. Like, I mean, just a ninja, but like all the hair. I don't know. I really like Elektra. I like it more when they're working together, when both Daredevil and
I'm trying.
when Daredevil and Elektra are working together, I think that's part of my favorite, which was really interesting in the show, in the Netflix show. That was an interesting aspect. I like both of them working together because they can be really good for each other, or also really just really bad for each other.
Really toxic, yeah.
Yeah. Yep,
I'm definitely on board with that. We got some new the Batman art. Have you seen that?
Oh, dude, I've been losing my shit all day.
It does look cool. I'll give it that. Let's see.
It's not a signal, it's a warning.
Yeah, I know. So I like that, but I also know that everyone's gonna make fun of that. You know what I mean? You know how people are.
I'm excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, this looks pretty sweet. Wow.
Yeah. Like
look how leathery.
Yeah. The costume
it's like not a helmet.
So good.
It looks very like comic-y. Like it's like, you know how like in the cartoons and the comics it always looks like fabric, but in the movies it always looks like militarized armor. They're really kind of leaning into this fabric thing, and I kind of dig it.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he's supposed to be like, you know, semi new to the job, like he wouldn't have the best Kevlar. I mean, as much as I like the big armor looking as well. So I don't know. I mean, it's for me, it's really my bar for Batman is super low. So like, just give me some cool shit, and I'm in. So.
Right on, yeah.
But this I'm super excited for. I mean, everybody behind it. I think we're gonna see more of Selena Kyle tomorrow. Matt Reeves promised we're getting an in-depth look at Selena Kyle. So
I'm gonna sound like a broken record because I feel like I've said this a million times, but I really like the Nolan verse, man, and I'm really sad that Rises ended with Batman dying, and then they made no more movies.
Did it?
Yeah, remember.
Is that your interpretation of that last scene?
That is my interpretation. Alfred's delusional and Bruce Wayne died.
I will never fight anyone on their interpretation of that last scene. I think Nolan did that so we could each choose like our own adventure after that.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it, but that's what he did. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Allison, I agree. That would be actually how dope would it be if, I mean, none of us want more reboots, but how dope would it be if like Warner Brothers rebooted the cinematic DC universe and it all took place during the golden age?
Yeah. Listen,
JSA.
if DC for whatever reason made like 4 different Batman things at the same time, I'm not going to be mad about it. Let's do a noir like 30s, 40s, like actual detective story. Which I think they're doing in the animated series that's coming up by the J.J. Abrams thing. I think that's going to be more noir, trying to arc back to the Batman the animated series. But yeah, I'm never going to complain about extra Batman content.
Some people will. Like, here's what gets me, man. This drives me crazy. So every time a new Batman thing happens or gets announced, the Twitterverse, the people on Twitter just like, you see a million posts of like, oh, not more Batman. Oh, right. Batman sucks. Get rid of Batman. Stop with the Batman. There's too much Batman. These are the same people that if someone criticizes something they like, they'll say, well, you don't have to read it. You know? So like, follow your own advice. You know, if you don't want more Batman, like just don't read Batman. There's a million different kinds of comic books that come out. Yeah. It doesn't take away from you if there are people that love Batman and they keep making Batman for those people.
If Batman wasn't as successful, I mean, it's one of their, I believe it's their top book at DC, right? So they know, Warner Brothers and DC, they know Batman will put butts in seats and bring dollars in,
right?
In whatever form that is. So yeah, obviously they're gonna exploit that as much as I want other stuff. But if Batman's successful, that means other things get to be made, like the spinoffs that we're getting, the Gotham Central type of or whatever show, and then now this Penguin thing they announced that we're gonna probably get Colin Farrell to continue to be the Penguin in a TV show on HBO Max.
Hold on, so, I got 9 minutes and someone just outbid me.
Oh, get him! Is it Robo? Robo, please stop. I want to see Judah win this live.
Okay, I'm the highest bidder again.
Hell yeah!
This is where I'm at. Hold on.
Oh, cool. Okay, nice. Oh, yeah.
So I'm not getting ruined. You know what I mean? But
yeah, no. Sometimes with comics, I don't know what that number is, but I would never be so bold as to ask like, hey, how much are you spending on comics? Because every week on comics, like I'll go to the store and like keep them alive.
I'll be honest, like I'm not going much higher than this, so I just hope that no one bids. But yeah, anyway, Batman rules. So Tom Holland came out recently and said that I'll just read the whole quote. You tell me what you read out of it, all right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to read it in Tom Holland's voice for a while. We've been making these films for. Okay, I'm not even gonna try it. All right,
that's a good attempt.
We've been making these films for 5 years now. We've had such an amazing relationship, the three of us. We've been with each other every step of the way. I presume that he's talking about himself and then his two kind of co-stars, Mary Jane and the other guy.
Yeah.
We've done every single film, every single press tour. So this one scene, we didn't know if this would be the last time we were all working together. It was heartbreaking, but also really exciting because we're all moving into the next chapter of our careers. So sharing that moment with them was maybe the best day I've ever had on set. I don't think I've cried like that ever.
Oh,
does that mean that no more? There might be no more Tom Holland Spider-Man in the future?
I think it may mean that somebody may not make it out of that film alive.
Yeah. What if they? I think they're gonna Gwen Stacy Zendaya.
Oh, I hope not. I really like that character.
But think of the character development.
What I really want is I want Ned to turn heel and become the Hobgoblin.
That would be.
I believe one iteration of the Hobgoblin is that character or somebody similar.
That would be interesting and controversial. It'd be very controversial because I think a lot of people want Norman Osborn, but maybe his real name is Norman Osborn.
Maybe this is the last time we see Happy Hogan.
Ooh,
maybe John Carver's done. Yeah, because I mean he's been working with him forever too, right?
Yeah, he's been around since day one. I'm not ready to see him go.
Yeah. Oh man, if Happy goes that might get me. because he's been in since the first Iron Man movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
He's kind of keeping Tony Stark alive too. Like I know Tony
Yeah,
Stark's gone,
yeah.
but he's like the last little reminder of Tony Stark. Yeah, I agree with Robo. That would be too. This is supposed to be feel good escapism, and I'm not feeling good and escaping if the beloved Ned becomes a bad guy. You know what I mean? So please no.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I feel like Spider-Man needs someone to rely on, and Ned was the perfect person before he told the secret to Zendaya's character.
You know what Ned's gonna do? So Peter and Ned are gonna be sitting together on the bus, and Ned's gonna be like, "So Peter, I just want to run something by you. You know, all these scientists have been saying that the vaccine is helpful, but who are they working for? You know, I'm just not so sure." And Peter's gonna be like, "Oh God, Ned's an anti-vaxxer. Fuck."
Fine, Doctor Strange, erase his memory. I don't care.
Right. Yeah, man. This Spider-Man movie is gonna make waves. Whatever happens, it's gonna make waves. It's gonna be a game changer. Do you think Venom is gonna? I mean, it's heavily implied that Venom will play a role in this movie.
I think anybody is really fair game at this point with after we got the trailer and everything that they've been setting up, variants, multiverses, connected things. Like they're really preparing an audience for something.
Something crazy.
Something that they don't have to go back and spend like 20 minutes explaining in the movie. Mm-hmm. Everybody will just accept it and like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Based on all the other stuff I've been watching, that makes sense.
Well, like our gregarious guest kind of explained, under promise, over deliver. You know, that's what you want. And right now they're promising quite a bit. They've created a hype train that seems almost unmatched in the MCU. Like I've never seen a hype train rolling this heavily down the tracks. So
that's why they only showed 2 of the 6 Sinister Six.
Yeah, it would just be really disappointing if they did not deliver on this. So the stakes are very high.
Yeah, but I will say after this, can we get like a standalone Spider-Man movie?
Yes, please.
Just one. Just let him be a neighborhood-friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I kind of want Tom Holland to be like, man, I love kid Spider-Man. Like I love high school Spider-Man. That's where he started. But I also has a job working at the Bugle and like living his grown-up life, like with grown-up problems, Spider-Man. And I was really hoping that Tom Holland would make it to that point, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll see. We shall see.
I don't know. Tom Holland seems to not age, so he may be a teenage forever.
So this is that's true. Don't tell him that. So this is the last piece of news, and then that's it for today. But check it out. Samuel L. Jackson, did you see his Instagram post?
I haven't, no.
So he made an Instagram post, and the caption said, "Fuck that snap." He posted on social media, and it was him, I believe, on the set of Marvel's Secret Invasion, which has just begun filming. So Secret Invasion is coming, and I can't even begin to imagine what directions that's going to go, because the Skrulls are good. So
was that recent? Because I think he might have taken it down.
Yeah, I think he did take it down.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but it was probably Disney being like, "Hey, Nick Fury doesn't say the F word."
Oh, I see the okay with his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now he didn't take it down.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Cool. I hope he stays with the MCU forever. It sounds like he's down to just keep being Nick Fury forever, and that would be awesome.
I mean, I think at this point, that way he could just do whatever other movies he wants, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever project he feels like something that actually he's interested in, he could do that because he's got the MCU to fall back on. As like, you know,
he's always gonna be part of it, and he's getting paid. You know,
like the reason we do what we do in YouTube is because we have a steady paycheck coming from somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the Now Sam Jackson, I'm sure, gets paid a little more, but
Sam Jackson doesn't go a single day wondering where his next paycheck's coming from.
For sure.
Yeah. What do you think they're going to do with the Skrulls? If the Skrulls have been kind of painted as like these sympathetic, misunderstood, like persecuted people. It seems kind of it would be out of whack if they followed the Secret Invasion comic book art and made them these nefarious invaders taking over the Marvel universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they could always bring in like a bit a different section of the scrolls. Like I don't know, for like maybe they separated the ones we've met. They're the refugees, so they're not like these fucking the worst people in the universe. But there could be another faction of scrolls that are the oppressors in that world, and those could be the ones that that cause all this havoc. It's funny because I remember people always. I feel like people used to shit on Secret Invasion, but
I didn't love it.
People forgot. You don't like it?
I didn't dislike it. I just didn't love it.
How are we doing on eBay?
54 seconds, and I'm still good.
All right, good. Just checking. I don't want you to miss out. So I feel like people forget. Like maybe sometimes they didn't like that comic as much. They just like, ooh, this is a comic. I've heard of it, or I've seen it at the store, or whatever.
Yeah,
I like it because they brought back some characters that were probably dead at the time that I really liked.
So when I zoom out and look at it as a chapter in the greater Marvel story, I think it's a good chapter because it was shortly after Avengers Disassembled and then Civil War. So like Avengers Disassembled happened, Civil War happened, and now like the Marvel universe was sort of in disarray of like, there wasn't really a whole lot of unity between characters. And the Secret Invasion was kind of like, this is what happens when we don't stand together. You know what I mean? And then after Secret Invasion is kind of like the Dark the Dark Avengers and the events leading up to Siege. And then Siege is like the big we're back moment of the whole like long saga. No!
Did you get sniped?
I got sniped.
Oh, lame. Yeah, somebody was just sitting there with their little finger.
Some loser was just sitting there staring at it.
I bet they weren't even streaming.
They probably weren't even streaming. Yeah.
Oh,
man, dude, I wanted it.
But listen,
beat me by 50 cents.
We have things are hopefully getting a little better, and we have conventions coming up soon. I think it's going to be fun if you hunt us down at a convention.
Yeah, I do want them. I mean, it's like it's my identity now. I am now Judarad, Jack of Hearts Stan. So,
because that's one of my favorite things, like to find a series that I'm missing a few, issues of, or even the entire run at a convention. I miss that.
Yeah, I love, especially with CLZ. It's really fun hunting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much all we got. That's the whole show. They're not here anymore, but check out the Bigfoot Knows Karate. It looks pretty dope. The guys are super cool, and check out Danny's podcast for sure.
Yeah. So quick plug. Tomorrow I'll be streaming all throughout DC fandom. It'll just be a watch party. And obviously, I've invited some people, Judah, if you have some time. I think G's gonna be stopping by at some point during the day. So yeah, and we'll talk on the Discord, but I'm excited for tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I've never done a long stream like that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens, all the announcements. I'm sure next week the show's gonna be for you guys full of news with a lot of DC stuff.
I might swing by. Sounds fun.
Cool.
We're doing Club Valiant this weekend. It's going to be. Do I have it within arm's reach? Apparently not. Apparently I don't. It's somewhere around here. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Right here.
What are you guys reading this week?
So this week it's going to be Eternal Warrior, Sword of the Wild, which was not my favorite Valiant book, but we're doing everything, so we're going to talk about it. Yeah, it's the Greg Pak Eternal Warrior.
Cool.
It's not my favorite.
I like Pak's Eternal Warrior because it really feels like a lot of the stuff that he was doing. So it just skinned as Eternal Warrior, but I can see how that would be maybe off-putting.
So I love the character, and I love I sort of like Peter Milligan's run. I think it's a little bit better, and I really like Robert Venditti's run. That's like primo Eternal Warrior. But Greg Pak just didn't. It didn't feel like his heart was in it. If that makes sense. Like it seemed like he was just. It was like a job. You know what I mean? And that's a shame because I do like some of his stuff is the best stuff. You know what I mean? This is the Planet Hulk guy. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just kind of disappointing me, but I'm about to read it again, so maybe I'll like it better the second time. You know.
That's been known to happen. That's happened to me before, where I'm like, oh, I guess this. Why didn't I like this the first time?
Yeah, it's happened to me before too. The mood I'm in when I'm reading something has a heavily impacts how much I like it sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, if you have Peacock, go watch. I enjoyed Halloween Kills. It was nice to watch it at home. So it was all Halloween today. I watched the original and then the 2018 and then the new one right before this. So I'm all Halloweened out.
Awesome. And yeah, speaking of Halloween, we're doing a big Halloween stream the day before Halloween.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about our favorite movies, our favorite comics. I think Ernie, the Blurred Without Fear, is going to join us.
Cool.
I think Forced Adversity is going to join us. We might have a couple other special surprise guests. Stay tuned. But it's going to be just a blowout Halloween thing, so we're kind of looking forward to that.
Dope.
And
if you haven't read Basket Full of Heads by Joe Hill,
that's a good one.
That's a
very good one. We the last piece of, like, I guess, self plug is that we're interviewing the new Harbinger team this weekend. So stay tuned.
I'm excited for that book. I got to read it, and
yeah,
that's all I'll say. I'm excited. All I'll say for now is that I'm very excited for that book.
We got to see the first issue, and damn, it's fucking great. I think people are really gonna like it. Cool. You got any last words, Danny?
No. Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun. Although I did spend more money than I thought I would backing the Kickstarter, but
it happens. That's part of the IFLC experience.
Hell yeah.
Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, that is our program. Thank you so much for watching. If you're in the chat right now, just give us a little like, please. No pressure, but do it. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. This isn't just a show; it's a community, and it's a gathering of friends. So be one of our friends. Give us a little bit of a subscribe. Be sure to watch this space, because you might see a Cullen Bunn interview drop sometime in the next few weeks. Another one, by the way. Check out our backlog of interviews. We've done, we've talked to Kevin Eastman 3 times. We've talked to Cullen Bunn. We've talked to Kieran Gillen. We've talked to Robert Venditti, Matt Kint, Ron Mars. We talked to Heather Antos. It's mind blowing the amount of talent we've had on this show.
Yeah, you guys asked really interesting questions, not just like what was your first comic or whatever. Like, you guys really I like your interviews. So
thanks, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Yep. So if you're in the chat, check it out, and have a wonderful comic book week. I'm gonna try to play the thing now, because that was the one thing that I fucked up last time.
Oh yeah.
So dun 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 dun.
What's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? If you want to hear interviews from industry pros, get first looks, and have access to endless comic content, wake up. Please wake up. You're in a coma. Your mother misses you.